The primary thing I would recommend to somebody is don't do something you're not passionate about. I wanted to create my own work and do my own interesting things, and and that's really that's sort of the passion that I've found is working with people to help improve, not only the bottom line, which is always important, but environmental performance and social performance and the way things feel and work in a community. And I think that's really important. The first time I ever knew that I was wet behind the ears, that was kind of an alarming realization. College kids tend to think that they've got the world figured out, and I think what I've realized as I've gotten older is that the older I've gotten, the less I feel like I have authority on and the ability to understand something that's of complex nature. And I had my eyes open a number of times when I was younger, starting out, and I still do occasionally. Get reminded that I don't know everything. But I worked for a company in the Bay Area, I can't name them, and I thought I had a really innovative idea, and I got ahead of myself. And we were working as biological consultants on housing projects, trying to prevent, through design, trying to prevent major impacts to the environment from projects that I felt, probably needed to be built in areas that had been contaminated or were decomposing, and locations that had been former Air Force bases, things like that. So it was areas that could be reutilized for, housing and for businesses and, commercial buildings and things like that. Well, I had an idea that I thought was really going to impress my people and all the people that I worked with. And I went to a roundtable meeting, and there were 74 people at this table, and it was every Monday morning there was a construction meeting. And I had this great idea over the weekend, and I wrote it down, and I stood up and piped up and kind of swallowed my throat a little bit, a little nervous. Stood up and pitched my idea forward, and there was just about, 30 or 45 seconds or a minute of just absolute silence, and I was like, uh-oh, this is terrifying. What's going to happen? What are they going to say? And they pretty much made me realize that issue had been looked at, discussed, and discarded like 2 years before I even got involved, and who was I to stand up in this room proclaiming my expertise on this issue. And that was the first time I said, oh, I think I need to get in the background, sit down, shut up, keep my ears open and learn a little bit more. And I was 23 at the time, 24. And it was a big learning experience. It really kind of informed not only how I felt at the time, but I've actually learned a lot more. Being quiet in a room is actually really powerful in some meetings.